edition of From the Car. That's just what I'll call this little series of videos that I'm doing out in my car. And you're probably wondering why I'm doing this in my car, and the answer to that is because this is where I feel more or most comfortable. What I normally do is I for lunchtime, I don't usually go out to lunch. I don't usually go to the cafeterias and the places out there where people are eating, and I usually sit in my car. And what I try to do is I try to get some self-development stuff done during that hour. So I'll sit here and I'll either read a book or listen to one of my Audible books, Audible audio books, or some meditation, Bible, and everything. So that's kind of what I do during lunchtime. I use that hour to try to get something into my skull, to try to learn something new that day. Like I said, this is just kind of where I hang out during lunchtime. It's something that, if for some of you guys who've known me since for a very long time, that that's just kind of the person I am anyway. I like to be by myself a lot, and that's just kind of the way I have grown up. Back in high school, it was the same way. I mean, I remember in high school, like for 4 years, I would eat from the vending machine. I'd get my cherry Coke and an apple pie every single day. And then I know, like the first few years of being in the military, at least when I was at Fort Lee, Virginia, I'd order Pizza Hut every single day, and I did that for a while here. I used to order Popeyes every day from here. That's the reason why I got diabetes and had a stroke. All that greasy stuff I've been putting in my body, but that's another story. Okay. So basically, today I want to do one thing here before I get started. I want to say thank you to my wife, who has been my biggest supporter, and she finally, I think, understand where I'm trying to go with this. And I think for a long time she thought that I was kind of money hungry, I guess. And the reason why I was doing this was to be rich. And that's not even it. I mean, my heart is huge. And my heart weeps for all of those out there who have been, struggling, especially those that I know in my family. And so the reason why I do this is not to, again, like I've said in other videos, to own a large mansion and to have fancy cars and all of that stuff. The reason why I do this is to be able to have the resources to take care of my family and to take care of the people that I love and care about. And to also be able to bring others into the same situation where they can also be able to take care of their families. There's a lot of people that are struggling out there. There's a lot of people that just don't know that there's something better. Okay. And most people think that, the 9 to 5 is the thing to do. It's the system that we've been a part of, and we've known about forever, because that's what they taught us in school, was like to get a good education, get a good job, and work forever, slaving for someone. And I've been doing that, and it's not what I want to do anymore. It's really not what I wanted to do, period. But I never applied myself enough into this, business, or taken enough action to get myself out of the situation. And so it's just every day is a miserable time for me to wake up and go do something I really don't want to do. Now I'm very good at what I do. I'm a security specialist with the government, and I'm very good. I'm knowledgeable. I know, I'm an expert at what I do, but I don't enjoy it. It's not something I want to do, for the rest of my life. I look around and I see some of these guys, who are, 30 years into doing this stuff, I'm like, man, I don't know how you guys do it, 30 years of this, after finishing 20 years of a military career, go and do another 30 years of civil service. I'm like, that's not me. Okay. I've always said that this was a 5-year plan for me. And I'm approaching my 5th year, in December. I was expecting to be gone in the 3rd year, but I'm still here. And again, there's no knock on civil service, and, cause I got a great job and I have very good pay, great salary. So I can't complain about that. It's just the fact that it's not something I want to do, long term. What I enjoy doing is what I'm doing right now is, talking to you all about the business that the business opportunities and things that are available out there on the internet. And now that I've been able to produce some things or provide some type of proof that this stuff works, it's that much better. Being able to generate 200 customers in 3 days is a feat for me. I've never been able to do that before. Right now I have, for the last 2 days, I've generated over 100 prospects, for this business opportunity, not to mention the ones that have come to me outside of, my PPC campaigns that I'm running. So, things are starting to shape up, and starting to get better. And so back to what I was originally talking about was my wife, who's had to deal with, my, changes, right? Because after that stroke took place, the only thing I've been doing is focusing on providing for them by making sure that what I'm doing is going to be able to benefit them long term. So I have to make this work because I already know I have health conditions, right? I got some problems, that all of a sudden everything seems to be wrong. When I went to the hospital, and, not only you have high blood pressure, you got high cholesterol, you got, you don't really have diabetes, but you do have diabetes, and carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel and what is this thing? A ganglion cyst. And I mean, like, you go to the hospital, it's like, everything is there. I mean, is being known or being told to you that you have. So, headaches, migraines, so I have all these things, right? And so I'm like, had I had that stroke and I didn't make it, I'm sitting there, and I sat there and I thought about this for a long time. Had I not made it through that situation, I thought about what I would have left my family with, and it would have been nothing but a big burden, is what it would have been. So I thought about that, and then so the sense of urgency kicked in. It's like, if I'm going to make it, then I need to apply myself, and I need to learn these things, and I need to just take massive action, and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months now, and it's starting to pay off now. Normally you would never see me on this video, but I know that videos are essential to your marketing plan, and I have to be able to get this information out to people. And I know that people want to know who they're dealing with. Okay. I'm a real person. I got a huge heart. I care about people more than I guess a lot of people do. That's just the personality. That's who I am. I love to help people. I love to be able to be a part of something, even if I don't get the recognition. I don't care about being on stage and receiving awards and checks and all that stuff, right? None of that really matters to me. What matters to me is being able to provide for my family. What matters to me is being able to help people come on board, and for them to be able to be successful. If they're success, then that makes me happy. That's enough for me, to be able to be satisfied with what I contributed to that success. I'm a quiet person. I like being by myself. I like dealing with things on my own. I was just thinking about it today. It's like, when I was in high school or in grade school, I never raised my hand to ask a question. If there was something I didn't know, I would go and find out on my own. Pretty much, I would read my books and I would find the answer. I would never in class ask a question, because first of all, I didn't want anybody in the class to know that I didn't know the answer to it. I was also thinking about when I went through the military, right? And I graduated from basic training, and the drill sergeant, as they were coming down the line, to each one of the soldiers there, he didn't know who I was. He's like, you've been with us this whole time? Who are you? Private Canada, I was quiet. Most people never knew me. They never, I mean, you asked probably some of my classmates in high school, they probably don't know who I am, because I was one of those quiet people. I just kind of, it was like a little mouse, did what I had to do, and moved on. I didn't care about, being famous and stuff. So that's to go back and say that, like, currently now, I mean, why would people, try to think that I'm the type of person who wants to be, the famous dude? I want to have my name written all over everywhere, for people to know me. I really don't care about people knowing me. I just want to be able to do my job, and my job is to take care of my family. My job is to take care, of the people who join me. Okay. And I'll do everything that I can to make sure that the people, who put their, hard earned money into something that I'm promoting, that they benefit from it. Let's see what else. And another person I want to thank, right, is one of my biggest, mentors is my sister, and my sister, she's another one. If you look at, every single post, that I put up, you'll see Latricia Hagen there. She likes it. She supports everything I do. She believes in me. She's always believed in me. And it's great to have someone like that, especially when she's like, that's been the biggest inspiration in my life. I've always looked up to her when I was a kid. My sister was a track star, right? And here's the thing, right? My sister was like the fastest, chick, in the city. She had medals and awards and everything all over the place. So when I went to junior high and I went to high school, and my sister's name is on the board, for the record, for, the 100-yard dash, or the record for whatever, her name was up there. And so people were expecting the same from me, right? And I was never any good at any sports. I was on the bench, the water boy. So it was kind of, it was embarrassing, for my sister to have all that talent and everything, and to have her name up there, and then I come behind her and I just couldn't achieve. But yeah, that's who she was, and she was always an inspiration to me. Still to this day, she's an inspiration to me, and I look up to my big sister, and I love you, my kids, of course, my daughter who's now in college, Bellarmine University in Kentucky. So proud of that girl. I didn't have the opportunity, or I had the opportunity to. I didn't choose to take advantage of it to really be a part of her life like I should have been. And that hurts a lot, because I was stuck over here in Korea for most of that time, And so, but I'm just so proud of her. She's just one of the smartest kids I've ever met. And I just keep, it's hard to believe, like, that's my daughter, that's my daughter, she's just so much different than I am growing up. And I'm glad that she didn't have to go through, or at least I suspect she didn't have to go through some of the things I went through as a kid. Cause she's not a shy kid, she's just not, none of my kids are, neither is my wife. It's kind of ironic that everybody, is totally opposite of me. I'm a quiet person. But yet there are people who like to be loud, to make noise, I don't know. But, yeah, so my kids, I love my son, that guy talks and talks and talks and never stops talking. My daughter, she's loud. My youngest daughter, she's 2 years old. She's loud. They're both just, run around the place, they make me young, I think. But I love those kids. If I'm going to get anywhere, I got to take massive action. I got to take, crazy, insane, just action galore, because I got to make it happen today, not tomorrow. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. And so I've been like killing myself, to get this stuff done, and it's starting to pay off, I told my wife, she's like, you need to get some rest. You need to get some sleep. You just came out of the hospital not too long ago. So she was, but I'm like, yeah, I'll kill myself, to make sure that I get this stuff done. I'll kill myself, as Will Smith said, I'll die doing this because I don't want to leave my family in a bad situation. I don't want to leave them struggling. It means a whole lot to me to make sure that they're taken care of. It means a whole lot to me to make sure that my kids, are going to decent schools, and they have better opportunities than I had when I was a kid. That means a lot to me, and I will die, doing that, or proving that, that it means that much to me, I'm not going to let my family, struggle. I'm just not going, it's just not going to happen. My wife and I will fight about it all the time, but she's not going to win. She's just not going to win. I mean, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be successful at it, and I'm going to bring other folks along with me, and in years down the road, we can laugh about it, or if I'm not here down the road, then at least, they'll know what I stood for, and that's important to me, the significance of what I was here for. I was here to achieve, some type of life mission. My mission is to help people. I'm just that type of person. I'm a green person. I'm a green yellow person, personality type. So, that's just who I am, and I won't be able to change that. I will give my last, nickel to someone, if they needed it. It's just who I am. But, so anyway, so that's a battle my wife's not going to win. I'm going to keep doing this until, I see that they're in a position where they don't have to, where money is not a problem anymore. So that's it for that. But anyway, so, just never give up on the things that you're passionate about. Don't let anyone keep you from, achieving, your dreams. Because your dreams are worth fighting for. There's a dream, I call them dream stealers. Folks that come and try to take your dreams away from you. People who try to tell you that, what you're trying to achieve, isn't realistic. People who want to bring you down all the time, and there's a lot of those people out there. And I learned to let those people, bother me over the years. But now, like I said, when you think that you're close to like death, I guess, or you think that you've been given a second chance, none of that stuff matters now. I mean, it doesn't matter to me now what anybody says or what anybody thinks about me. Because I know in my heart who I am, and I think the people around me know who I am. I'm not some, con artist, and I just keep wanting to put that out there because it really bothered me. It still bothers me, I guess, a little bit that people would think something like that when I am nowhere near, that type of person, and especially like people who've known me for a long time. That's where it really hurts a lot when it's the people that are closer to you. I don't care about someone out there who really doesn't know me, but when I grew up with you, or if I had a relationship, some type of relationship with you, friend, or whatever our relationship was, why would you think that, that's the type of person I am? I mean, that's just, that burns me, I guess, inside. That really, upsets me. But the people around me know who I am. Okay. And I'm just going to keep doing this thing, and like I said, I'm taking people with me. If you want to be able to change your situation, live a better lifestyle, if you have folks that you care about, that you want to be able to provide for, join me in Team WUCAR, and let's do this. That's my new thing. Let's do this. You ain't got tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. And I've learned that lesson. All those years of thinking, because I had security, I wouldn't take those necessary steps towards success. Instead, I'd tiptoe a little bit here. Oh, it's a little hard. It's hard. Stop. Do something else. I'll start playing my fantasy football, or I'll start doing my little Candy Crush or whatever stupid thing it was that was preventing me from moving forward. And all it was just something to fall back on because I was afraid to try, I guess is what it is. But not anymore. I'm going to make this happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to take care of the people who want to be taken care of. Like I said, I'm going to open up my chest and show you the S. That's been hidden away for many, many years, and I'll save those who want to be saved, and for those who don't, I pray for you, if that's what you want to do. Because I told my wife, she was like, we were talking about some things that we have to take care of to help out our family and stuff, and she was talking about getting a job, and I was like, no, I don't want you to get a job. The only time I ever want my wife to work is if she wanted to work doing something that she loves to do. I don't think you should go to work just because you have to go to work. Kind of the situation I'm in right now, and I won't put her in that situation where you're going to work and you're miserable all day, and you're doing it only because you have to do it. Like if you want to get a job and you get a job because and you get a job doing something that you enjoy, not a job that, just because it pays the bills. So I don't ever want her to work, I said, but if you decide one day you do want to work, then make sure it's something you want to do. Cause I don't want her, to have to be stressed out. And I keep my gray hair here to show you how much stress I've had over the years. That stuff's just grown in lately everywhere. It's been a stressful last 2 or 3 years. It's been difficult. But things are going to get better. I think the storm has passed, and now we're starting to see better days.